What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to Tenken. The news cycle is absolutely electric right now, and we've got some seriously massive updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Get ready, because the information we're dropping today is going to set the pace for everything that follows. From groundbreaking advancements to intense developments, buckle up. This is your essential briefing to stay ahead of the curve. We're diving headfirst into the stories that are defining the moment, and trust us, you'll want to be in on this from the very start. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading into the vast expanse of space to explore the incredible depth being added to the upcoming sequel of a beloved RPG. We're talking about companions who are not just sidekicks, but crucial allies with their own intricate storylines that you can shape. Imagine a universe where your relationships with your crew directly influence your journey, offering unique insights and practical in-game advantages. This isn't just about having backup, it's about forging bonds that unlock the secrets of the galaxy. Prepare for a narrative experience where every interaction matters and your crew's evolution is as important as your own. Next, we're connecting the dots between the success of massive RPGs and the future of game development. Developers are seeing a clear signal from the gaming community, a hunger for deep, engaging role-playing experiences. We'll break down how critically acclaimed titles are paving the way, proving that players are ready for more complex narratives and mechanics. Discover how this trend is influencing studios and what it means for the games you'll be playing tomorrow. It's a powerful validation for a genre that continues to captivate and evolve, and the implications are huge for what's next. Then we're getting hands-on with an exclusive preview of that very game. We'll walk you through the opening moments, showcasing stunning visuals, a revamped character creator, and a narrative that immediately pulls you in. Experience firsthand how the game delivers on its promise of choice and consequence, with every decision you make, big or small, shaping your unique path. From intricate dialogue options to skill-based challenges, this preview highlights the depth that awaits. Get ready for a deep dive into the gameplay mechanics and the immersive world that's waiting to be explored. Finally, we're shifting gears to discuss how player choices are creating truly distinct experiences within the game. We'll analyze how different character builds and dialogue approaches lead to dramatically altered outcomes, even within the game's prologue. This isn't just about branching paths, it's about a living, breathing world that reacts to your every move, offering a personalized adventure. See how Obsidian is crafting a narrative where your actions have tangible consequences, making your playthrough uniquely your own. Don't miss these vital updates. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tenken, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment. Companions are your key to the galaxy and outer worlds too. Prepare for an intergalactic adventure where your crew is more than just a support system. They are your gateway to the universe in the outer worlds too. Obsidian Entertainment, renowned for its deep character development, is elevating the companion experience in its latest space RPG. Speaking with creative director Leonard Boyarsky and game director Brandon Adler at Gamescom, it's clear that the focus is on creating allies with significant depth and impact on your journey across Arcadia. The team at Obsidian aims to build upon the strengths of the original Outer Worlds, refining its signature Fallout-esque style into a more focused and mechanically robust experience. This time, companions are designed to be indispensable, encouraging players to keep them by their side rather than opting for a solo playthrough. The game's jovial and often satirical tone, even amidst a backdrop of dystopian megacorporations, makes these relationships even more engaging. Boyarsky emphasized the deliberate effort to avoid repeating personality archetypes. We looked at the archetypes, we looked at what kind of characters we wanted to fill those slots, he stated, highlighting a desire for more depth in each companion. A significant focus has been placed on character arcs, allowing players to influence and fundamentally change who their companions become through their actions. In the first game, we had some really interesting character companion quest lines, but I don't feel like we had enough where you could really change who they were as people. They didn't have as much of a character arc as we would have wanted to give them, Boyarsky explained. So we really put a lot of time and effort into giving each of our companions a character arc this time that you can really influence, and change who they end up as at the end of the game through your actions. Adler added that integrating companions with different factions is key. One of the things we wanted to do was making sure that each of the factions were represented in the companions, he said. This not only creates compelling narrative moments, but also offers players an insider's perspective on the faction's internal workings and worldviews. Beyond narrative, gameplay utility is a major factor. Adler noted that a companion like Niles with his field training acts as a mobile workbench, assisting with crafting ammo, explosives, or even weapon mods directly in the field, saving the player trips back to their ship. This blend of narrative importance and practical gameplay benefits ensures companions are integral to the experience. The game will feature 6 companions, including Val, an auto-mech support drone. Described as a light companion and a fallback option, Val is designed to provide guidance even if the player prefers to go solo. While her personality cannot be changed due to her non-sentient nature, players can alter her function in the world. Her presence ensures that even a solitary player character receives narrative direction. Adding another layer of personalization, Obsidian is introducing a pet system. Players can find and house various pets on their ship, allowing them to customize their personal space. "We have a pet system, and you can find different pets in the world, and they'll live in your ship," Adler teased. "We like to build out the ship a little bit so players can make it their own." The Outer Worlds 2 is slated for release on October 29th, promising a rich new intergalactic adventure. Early reports suggest a game that significantly improves upon its predecessor in every aspect, from graphics to gameplay, with a focus on player agency and companion depth. Hold on tight, because the impact of these companion systems and the overall direction of the game is directly tied to a larger trend in the industry. Get ready to explore how massive RPG successes are influencing the development landscape and proving player demand for deep, narrative-driven experiences. Baldur's Gate 3 success validates player demand for deep RPGs. In an era where the gaming landscape is constantly shifting, the resounding success of titles like Baldur's Gate 3 has provided a significant boost of confidence for developers like Obsidian Entertainment. As The Outer Worlds 2 approaches its release, game leads are reflecting on how these genre-defining games are proving that players have a strong appetite for complex, narrative-rich RPG experiences. This validation comes at a crucial time, even for established studios like Obsidian, who found themselves needing to reassert the value of their core genre. Leonard Boyarsky, creative director for The Outer Worlds 2, recalled the challenges of pitching the first game. "For a very long time, and even when we were pitching the original Outer Worlds to different publishers, it's like, you would think that'd be a no-brainer, right? Obsidian making a new RPG, it's like, come on, I think people would be interested in that," he commented. Despite Obsidian's pedigree, there was a noticeable trepidation from publishers who were increasingly focused on games with quote-unquote RPG elements rather than full-fledged RPGs. Now, with things like Baldur's Gate 3, Outer Worlds having come out, I think people are a lot more open to it again. "It feels like we had to prove ourselves all over again to a certain degree," Boyarsky added. Game director Brandon Adler echoed this sentiment, expressing how the success of Baldur's Gate 3 offers encouragement. "I mean, I love seeing it, but again, like Baldur's Gate 3, seeing its success, it gives us heart that people really, actually want these kinds of games and we're on the right track, and it's good to kind of bring that stuff to the forefront again," Adler stated. This sentiment underscores a broader industry trend where critically acclaimed and commercially successful RPGs are demonstrating the enduring appeal of deep role-playing mechanics, intricate storytelling, and meaningful player choice. The current year has already seen a strong lineup of RPGs, including Clair Obscur, Expedition 33 and Oblivion Remastered, with more anticipated releases like Vampire, The Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, and Pokémon Legends. This surge in genre popularity creates both opportunity and competition. For Obsidian, the success of Baldur's Gate 3 and their own previous title, The Outer Worlds, serves as strong evidence that their commitment to crafting immersive RPG worlds is aligned with player desires. It suggests that the market is receptive to the kind of detailed world building, character development, and branching narratives that Obsidian is known for. This renewed enthusiasm for traditional RPGs is a positive sign for fans who appreciate the genre's depth and complexity. It indicates that publishers and developers may be more willing to invest in ambitious RPG projects, fostering innovation and creativity within the space. The Outer Worlds 2, launching on October 29th, with early access on October 24th, is poised to benefit from this favorable climate, aiming to deliver an experience that resonates with players seeking a truly engaging role-playing adventure. This industry validation is fantastic, but what does this all look like in practice? Let's dive into an exclusive hands-on preview of The Outer Worlds 2 to see the gameplay and narrative in action. Outer Worlds 2 Prologue, a stunning visual and narrative leap. Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming RPG, The Outer Worlds 2, is shaping up to be a significant advancement over its predecessor, as evidenced by an early hands-on preview of its prologue. The initial hours of the game showcase a remarkable leap in graphical fidelity, enhanced gameplay mechanics, and a narrative that immediately immerses players in its world. While the demo offers a compelling glimpse into the game's potential, it also provides a nuanced look at how player choice is implemented, revealing both its strengths and the subtle art of its design. The game opens with a propaganda video from the Earth Directorate, an organization aiming to combat galactic injustice. The quality of the pre-rendered CGI is striking, featuring more natural facial animations and higher quality textures than previously seen from Obsidian. This visual excellence extends into the gameplay itself, which begins with a robust character creator. Despite a somewhat limited number of facial options, the overall customization choices have been significantly improved. The ability to toggle helmets, for instance, ensures that players' carefully crafted characters are visible. Obsidian's renowned writing talent is on full display. The prologue effectively uses character backgrounds, such as a bumbling buffoon or an outlaw, to influence how NPCs perceive and interact with the player. These background choices color conversations, adding a layer of depth to the role-playing experience. The game's structure incorporates skill and knowledge checks, allowing different approaches to challenges. For example, a hacker might bypass security systems, while a character with high speech skills could persuade a guard to lower a bridge, all while avoiding detection. Upon deeper inspection across multiple playthroughs of the demo, the illusion of choice becomes apparent. While scenarios offer multiple paths to resolution, these often lead to similar narrative endpoints. However, for the majority of players experiencing the game for the first time, these distinctions will likely go unnoticed, contributing to a satisfying and personalized journey. The development team excels at making choices feel unique and impactful, even when they represent different means to similar narrative ends. The core story revolves around mysterious anomalies tearing through reality, a consequence of the game's skip drive technology. The prologue mission involves infiltrating a base occupied by zealots who adhere to absolute beliefs, mirroring the Earth Directorate's own rigid ideology. An agent, on assignment for years, aids the player through the facility, culminating in a dramatic conclusion that leaves players eager for more. Visually, The Outer Worlds 2 is superb. Playing on a Series X with variable refresh rate enabled, the game offered a smooth experience with visuals comparable to PC on medium to high settings. On a high-end PC rig, with settings maxed out, ray tracing, and FSR3, the game looked exceptional. HDR implementation was noted as slightly buggy on PC in the preview build, but worked flawlessly on consoles. Gameplay-wise, Obsidian has improved character movement significantly, reminiscent of their work on Avowed. Combat offers a faster-paced shooting experience, with melee combat serving as a viable secondary option. The guns in the demo felt responsive on both controller and mouse and keyboard, with ample options for aim assist and sensitivity adjustments to cater to different playstyles. While both first and third-person modes are available, the first-person perspective felt more refined for movement, aiming, and world interaction, though some issues with item usage and looting were noted in third person. Overall, The Outer Worlds 2 appears to be a substantial upgrade from the original, enhancing visuals, gameplay, and narrative depth. The prologue effectively sets up an intriguing mystery and showcases the game's potential for a highly engaging player experience. The way player choices ripple through the game's narrative is truly impressive, and it's not the only area where Obsidian is refining its approach. Let's explore how these impactful choices and consequences are being presented in another preview of The Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2: Choices, Consequences, and a Universe of Possibilities. 6 years after the release of the beloved original, Obsidian Entertainment is poised to deliver another captivating installment with The Outer Worlds 2. Building on a legacy of strong storytelling and refined RPG mechanics, as demonstrated by their recent fantasy RPG Avowed, the sequel promises a fresh adventure in a new setting. An early preview of the prologue reveals a game that meticulously crafts player agency, ensuring that choices may have tangible and varied consequences, creating a deeply personal experience for every player. The prologue sets the stage in Arcadia, a new colony distinct from Halcyon, the setting of the first game. This fresh environment introduces new conflicts, factions, and stakes. Players begin by creating their character, choosing a key backstory such as a roustabout or an ex-prisoner, which influences initial skills and disposition. Following this, players select traits that not only provide immediate gameplay benefits, but also unlock specific dialogue options throughout the adventure. The game's commitment to player choice is evident mere minutes into the prologue, where interactions with crewmates can yield vastly different responses based on the player's established personality. During the preview, multiple playthroughs were conducted with different character approaches. One run focused on a friendly, charming demeanor, resulting in positive reciprocal interactions with a crewmate. Another run adopted a colder, more critical approach, eliciting a negative, albeit still compliant, reaction. These early experiences suggested that the player's treatment of NPCs could directly correlate with later plot developments, hinting at a robust butterfly effect system that rewards diverse playstyles with unique outcomes. Beyond dialogue choices, the game incorporates skill-based interactions that impact the environment and narrative progression. For instance, a faulty door might require an engineering skill or brute strength to bypass. Computer terminals can be accessed through hacking, and an observation skill can reveal hidden items or unlock alternative dialogue paths, often at the cost of other conversational opportunities. While these mechanics are not entirely novel to the RPG genre, The Outer Worlds 2 implements them with a confidence that makes player choices feel significant and impactful. The prologue presents clear narrative crossroads, offering distinct paths such as using credentials to bypass security or engaging in combat with security robots. Subsequently, players are often presented with choices between a guns-blazing approach or a stealthier, more covert method. These branching paths not only lead to different locations and rewards, but also provide unique world-building insights and skill-specific advantages. For example, the stealth route might teach players about distraction devices and silent takedowns, while the aggressive path could unlock abilities for slowing time during combat. Obsidian's trademark humor and wit are present, contributing to a universe that feels both engaging and fun to interact with. The visual design of Arcadia is impressive, packed with details that invite exploration. The gunplay feels solid, mission approaches offer variety, and the characters introduced in the prologue seem compelling enough to warrant further investment. The preview concludes with a strong sense of anticipation, highlighting the game's potential to deliver a unique, consequence-driven RPG experience that caters to individual player choices. The Outer Worlds 2 is scheduled for release on October 24th for Xbox Series XS, PC, and PlayStation 5, and will be available day one on Xbox Game Pass. With such a deep focus on player choice and narrative consequence, it's clear the developers are aiming for a truly impactful experience. Now, let's wrap up all the major updates from today with a quick recap and a final call to action. And that's a wrap on today's massive update. We saw how companions in the Outer Worlds 2 are crucial allies shaping your galactic journey. We learned how the success of games like Baldur's Gate 3 validates the demand for deep RPGs, giving developers like Obsidian heart. We got a first-hand look at the stunning visuals and narrative depth in the Outer Worlds 2 prologue. And we explored how player choices create truly unique and consequential experiences in the game. Don't miss out on any of our future breakdowns. Hit that like button if you found this info valuable, subscribe to Tenken for all your gaming news, and smash that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Ring the bell, subscribe, comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our socials to join the conversation.